He walked 8 meters from me. Colonel Jack Harper said the distance in meters, not feet, like precision mattered when death was that close. He was watching David Chen demonstrate his AI-enhanced hostile detection systems that alert pilots to enemy presence within 500 meters. 8 meters, Harper repeated. That's 26 feet. Vietnam. 1968, day 9 after I ejected. I was hiding in a bamboo thicket. Hadn't moved in 6 hours. Because I heard them. Viet Cong patrol. Maybe 20 men. Searching the jungle. David Chen looked confused. But with modern detection. I had nothing, Harper interrupted. No detection system. No thermal imaging. No AI. Just my eyes. My ears. And my ability to become invisible. He paused. The patrol was systematic. Grid search. Every thicket. Every tree line. Calling out to each other. AK-47s ready. And they were getting closer. Harper closed his eyes, remembering. I was lying flat. Face in the mud. Bamboo inches above me. Not moving. Not breathing. Just waiting. And I heard boots. Vietnamese voices. 10 meters away. 5 meters. And then, a soldier walked past me. 8 meters. I saw his boots. Black canvas. Worn. I saw his rifle. AK-47. Wooden stock. I saw his hand on the trigger. And he. Harper's voice cracked. He stopped. Right there. 8 meters. And he turned. Looked toward me. I saw his face. Young. Maybe 19. And I thought, this is it. He sees me. I'm dead. But he didn't see me, Harper whispered. Because I didn't move. Not a muscle. Not a breath. For 3 minutes. While he stood there. Looking. And then, he turned away. Kept walking. And the patrol moved on. Harper opened his eyes. Your AI detects enemies at 500 meters. But I had to let them walk within 8 meters. Because that's survival. Not technology. Just being invisible. He paused. And that was day 9. I had 14 more days of that. In the corner, a young military aviation journalist, Sarah Mitchell, 32, evasion and survival specialist, was holding her breath. She'd never heard Colonel Harper's story before. But now she was recording every word. So was David. For the first time, his technology solves everything belief was facing reality. 23 days? David asked quietly. In enemy territory. 23 days, Harper confirmed. And every day was a new death moment. Vietnam War, Harper began, eyes distant. November 12, 1968. I was 28 years old. F-4 Phantom pilot. 366th Tactical Fighter Wing. Flying CAP, Combat Air Patrol, over Laos. Harper looked at Sarah. The F-4 Phantom seated too. Me as pilot. In back, WSO, Weapons Systems Officer. My WSO was Lieutenant Tommy Rodriguez. 24 years old. Good friend. Good soldier. And that day, Harper continued. We were flying routine patrol. And suddenly, radar warning receiver. Screaming. Missile lock. Someone had us locked. David leaned forward. What did you do? Harper took a deep breath. Evasive maneuvers. Full afterburner. Dive. Dispensing chaff. Popping flares. Everything. But the SA-2 missile. He closed his eyes. It hit my left engine. Explosion, Harper whispered. Massive. The whole aircraft shaking. Fire warning lights. Hydraulics failing. And Tommy screaming. Eject. 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 So Harper opened his eyes, pulled the yellow and black striped handle. Between my legs. And the canopy blew, Harper described. Rocket fired under my seat. And suddenly I was in the air. 18,000 feet. Free fall. Parachute deployed. And I was silent. Just wind. But my F-4? Harper looked at David. Still flying. Unmanned. Engines screaming. Diving. And every Viet Cong in a 10-mile radius heard it. Saw it crash. Saw the explosion. Saw my parachute. Harper's hands trembled. I landed in a tree. 30 feet up. Tangled in my parachute. And below me, I heard them. Vietnamese voices. AK-47s cocking. Flashlights. Searching. For me. I didn't move, Harper cried. Didn't breathe. Didn't make a sound. 4 hours. In a tree. With 8 Viet Cong underneath me. Because if they looked up, Sarah asked, Tommy? You're WSO. Harper shook his head. He ejected too. But I never saw him. I learned later, he landed in another tree. 2 kilometers away. And the Viet Cong. They found him immediately. Captured first day. And Harper closed his eyes, heard it from the tree. Gunshots. Screaming. And then, silence. Tommy was gone. Second day, Harper continued. Morning. Viet Cong patrols finally left the area. I climbed down. Found a hiding spot. Dense jungle. And I pulled out my radio, Harper described. PRC 90. Survival radio. And I pressed the transmit button. Any station, this is Sabre 3-1. I'm down, over. Harper's voice broke. Static. That's all. Just static. I tried again. Any station, this is Sabre 3-1, emergency, over. More static. I tried for an hour. Different frequencies. Different times. Nothing. And then, the battery died. Just died. No warning. No low battery indicator. Just dead. And I was alone. Fourth day, Harper described, water ran out. Survival kit had 2 bottles. Gone. And I had to find water. I found a stream, Harper continued. But Viet Cong village 200 meters away. I could hear sounds. Dogs. Children. Normal life. And I had to crawl. On my stomach. 2 hours for 50 feet. Drank. Crawled back. 6 hours total. Sarah asked, food? Survival kit had some, Harper answered. But not enough. Not for 23 days. So I found jungle food. Insects. Plants. Ones I knew were safe. Because getting sick was death. Day 9. Harper began, and everyone in the room leaned forward. I was hiding in a bamboo thicket. 6 hours motionless. Because I heard Viet Cong patrol. 20 men. Grid search. Harper closed his eyes again, reliving the moment. Boot sounds. Getting closer. Vietnamese voices. O'Day. Over here, they're shouting. Kim Tra. Check. And a soldier passed. 8 meters. I saw his boots. Black. Worn. AK-47. Wooden stock. Finger on trigger. And Harper's voice paused. Stopped. Right there. Turned. Looked toward me. Young. 19 maybe. I saw his eyes. Serious. Careful. Searching. 3 minutes, Harper whispered. 3 minutes he stood there. I didn't move. Didn't breathe. Didn't even blink. Just waited. For death. But Harper opened his eyes. He turned. Walked. Left. And I was still alive. No one in the room was speaking. Everyone was holding their breath. 15th day, Harper described. I heard a sound. The most beautiful sound. Huey helicopter. American. Maybe 2 miles away. And I ran, Harper continued. Toward the sound. Through the jungle. Branches cutting my face. Don't care. Just run. I reached a clearing, Harper described. Small. 50 meters. And I saw it. Huey. American markings. Flying low. Searching. For me. I pulled out my signal mirror, Harper continued. Survival kit. And I waved it. Flashing. Signaling. And the helicopter. It saw me. I know it saw me. Because it turned. Headed straight for me. Getting lower. Harper's eyes filled. And then gunfire. AK-47s. From the tree line. Viet Cong. They saw my mirror too. Saw the helicopter. And opened fire. Tracers. Everywhere. And the helicopter. Harper couldn't continue. Pulled up. Hard. Banking away. Gaining altitude. And it left. Left me there. In the clearing. With Viet Cong shooting. I ran, Harper cried. Back into jungle. For 3 hours. Until I couldn't hear them. Alone again. And I knew. They saw me, and they still left. After day 16, Harper described, I decided. Stop waiting. Walk. South. Toward Thailand. Maybe 200 miles. I walked at night, Harper continued. Because daytime Viet Cong everywhere. Night. Night I was invisible. 2 miles per hour. Slow. Careful. Every sound. Every movement. Sarah asked, Did you see Viet Song again? Harper laughed bitterly. Every day, passed through villages, saw patrols. Once, passed right next to a camp. 50 meters. I could hear them, eating, talking. And I was a ghost. 23rd day, Harper described. I approached Thailand border. Maybe 5 miles left. And I heard a sound. Different. English. American patrol. Harper's eyes filled. Special forces. Thailand side. On the border. And I stepped out, raised my hands, and shouted American. F-4 pilot. Don't shoot. Harper cried. They ran. To me. Hugged me. Jesus. Man, we thought you were dead, they said. Your name's on the kill list. 23 days, Harper whispered. And they thought I was dead. Marcus knelt, hugged Harper. You're a hero. No, Harper shook his head. I'm a survivor. Tommy died. I lived. Why? Luck. Just luck. The following month, David announced a new program, Survival Reality Initiative. Realistic post-ejection survival training. What to do when technology fails. David gave a speech. Colonel Harper taught me, he said. Technology saves. But when it fails, you're yourself. And 23 days. And only survival instinct. Colonel Jack Harper passed away 5 years later, at 83. Beside an old radio, PRC 90 never worked. The funeral was held. Thousands came. And Vietnam veterans, 20 people, all with stories like Harper. A new monument was erected. Colonel Jack Harper 1940 to 2028 F-4 Phantom pilot 23 days behind enemy lines. Ejection doesn't end at landing, it's just the beginning. Now it's your turn. This story of Colonel Jack Harper reminds us that ejection is just the beginning of survival. When technology fails, when the radio dies on day 2, when the rescue helicopter has to leave you behind because enemy fire is too heavy, you're left with nothing but your instincts, your training, and your will to live. When does technology fail you? Harper spent 23 days behind enemy lines, 8 meters from death on day 9, watching rescue fly away on day 15, walking 200 miles through enemy territory. All because ejection doesn't guarantee rescue. It just starts a new kind of battle. Tell us in the comments below. Have you ever been in a situation where technology failed and you had to rely on yourself? How did you survive? These questions matter in a world where we trust technology more and more. And if this story moved you, hit that like button to honor Colonel Harper and Lieutenant Tommy Rodriguez. Subscribe to Echoes of Valor for more untold survival stories. Share this with someone who needs to remember that survival isn't about technology. It's about will. Tomorrow, we have another story about when the system fails. One that will remind you that heroism is sometimes just refusing to give up. Until then, remember Harper's words. Ejection doesn't end when you hit the ground. It's just the beginning. Thank you for watching. Thank you for remembering. We'll see you in the next story.